New to me, welcome, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. Hi, Lisa. I see your smile. If you have any injuries, anything you think I should know about, please let me know. You can put it in the chat for me, and I will come up and I'll check. So if I see that little red dot that there's messages, I will look. So if you need to let me know anything, you will do so. We're going to start on our backs today in Supta Baddha Konasana. But if this position, and I say this all the time, but if this doesn't feel good on your body, you just pick something else. It's really just that simple. So if it is good, you'll come here and hands on your belly. Now we're going to breathe into the belly. And you can really sort of exaggerate this belly breath to begin, because we're going to kind of rein it back in a moment. And then with your hands on your belly, starting to quiet the belly breath and take the breath back. So back into the back body, into the side body. So that the breath itself is still just as full, we're just not puffing the belly up. And then notice how this first moment of your practice arrives on you. Today I'm like, oh, this feels so good, I could be here the whole class. So if you're feeling that way, don't worry, you have a few more breaths. But if you're feeling like, oh, I can't wait to move, then don't worry, that's going to happen as well. But just see how when you arrive on your mat, some days it's like you're kind of wondering why you took the time, maybe it doesn't feel like you're going to jive in it, and other days you're just like, I'm home. There's no wrong. There is no wrong. Whatever you're feeling is true and right, as a matter of fact. But then can we detach from that and be an observer and allow what comes next to come next and not get stuck here now. Draw the knees in. Give yourself a good squeeze. Curl your shoulders up off the ground. With an inhale, expand. Reach the arms and legs long. With your exhale, curl in, squeeze in. Inhale. Exhale. And just keep this going with your breath. So that breathing you just did when you were breathing deeply but not expanding the belly, you need that now. So that when you inhale and reach the arms long, reach the legs long, you're not puffing the belly because you need some contraction here. So breathing into the side ribs, breathing into the back ribs to give yourself that opportunity to stay strong in your center. You're still going. So good. So good. Yes. Beautiful. Awesome. Really, really nice. Yeah. Good, good. Two more like that. I have a cat on the prowl I need to take care of. Get over here. You stop that. You stop that. You come and be good. Next time the knees come in, hold them in, curl up a little higher, and then give yourself an even bigger squeeze, and then just release the head down. Apanasana, knees into chest. And this is like a belly massage. This is great for digestion. Maybe rock a little side to side. arms out to the side. Knees are bent to start. Inhale. Exhale, knees over to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale. Just keep that pattern going. Do your best to keep your shoulders down. And then if you want to make this a little harder, maybe you start to stretch the legs a little longer, and it can be in increments. It doesn't have to be bent or straight. It can be a little longer but still bent. And then maybe you start to work the legs out to straight. And you can work the legs to straight but decrease the range of motion. You get to kind of play with what you need there. Good. Yes. Awesome. Yep. Really nice. Coordinating, connecting, meshing, breath and movement as one. One more each way. Come back through center. Rebend the legs, bring your hands behind your head. Inhale, lift. Exhale, retwist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. It's nice and slow to begin. The inhale brings you center, you lift. The exhale takes you to the side. Yeah. Find your rhythm with your breath. Feel the end of the inhale. Feel the end of the exhale. Notice if you're rushing that. If this tempo suits you, if this kind of slower exhale to the side, inhale to the center suits you, you'll stay right here. If you want, we're going to build a little energy. We're just going to go side to side. High, little. And so if you're taking a faster rhythm, it's really more of an inhale to one side, exhale to the other side. Otherwise, you're going to feel like you're like hyperventilating to get that inhale in the middle. So just find the breath. That's the most important thing. Let it feed your movement. So good. Yeah, we're just warming up this center. We're getting a real connection into that center so that when we start to move bigger with longer limbs and standing, we can tap into these muscles, into this breath. You can even play with lengthening the breath. So I like to do one inhale for both sides, one exhale for both sides. So play with your breath. And I say that a lot, but the breath to me is like this playground. You can play with the retention, you can play with the length of it. There's so many opportunities here to tap into how your body responds to that. And then back through center, big hug, Apanasana again, knees into chest. Flex your feet, spread your toes out wide, so really get the pinky toe away from the big toe. Stretch your legs forward, let the legs pick you up, come through boat pose. And then transition, crossing your shins. Plant your hands down, step straight back to plank, please. Use your knees if you need them. Couple more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, right knee into your nose. Inhale, step it back. Exhale in. We're just alternating. Neutralize every single time. Next time right knee comes in, hold it in. Place your right foot forward. Bring the back knee down. Rise up with an inhale. Anjaneyasana. Toes can be tucked or toes can be pointed. You choose. Yes. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale, elbows out to the side. Draw the elbows down. Feel the glide of the shoulder blades in the back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, glide the shoulder blades. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands down. Straighten your front leg. Half splits. Ardha Hanumanasana. Smooth out your breath. Pull the crease of the right hip back, draw the heart forward. Maybe soften or close your eyes. Use your hands into the floor or onto blocks to draw the shoulders down the back, to broaden the collarbones. One more inhale. Rebend the front leg, turn your left foot over to the right. Right arm can be on your thigh, you can use a block here if you want. Hand to floor if you prefer, left arm comes up. Parshvakonasana, kneeling down. Push into that back foot, that back shin, that back knee. Hug the right shoulder and right knee into each other. Notice if you're collapsing into the shoulder, press it down, roll the chest open. Option, turn the left hand to the back of your mat. Reach long, bring the hand behind your back, and bring the back of your hand to your sacrum. Encourage your right hip to kind of hug under the body. And then with this pressure of the hand against the back or wherever it wants to get, roll the left shoulder open a little more. Push into your right foot. Inhale, rise up. Take your left hand down to the ground. Float your right leg up. Push down to lift. Good. Push from this left hand. Come back around. Square off the feet. Step back to plank. Pause and plank. Breathe. Arms like pillars. Thighs to the sky. So good. Yes. Really nice. Inhale. Exhale. Left knee into your nose. Inhale. Step it back. Exhale. Right. Keep going like that. Left knee in, place your left foot forward. Right knee down, Anjaneyasana, rising up. Get your body stable. Find your center. Yeah, so good. Inhale, exhale, elbows wide. Inhale, use your back foot. Exhale, draw the elbows down, feel the glide. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more time, up, inhale, exhale, release the hands down. Use blocks if needed. I didn't say that on the first side, I don't think, but It's always there for you. Half splits. There's so much attention in this front leg. Don't forget about the back shin, the back foot, the back knee. Maybe soften the gaze, maybe even close your eyes. One more inhale. Rebend the front leg. Turn the right foot over to the left. Use a block if you want. Side angle with the back knee down. Beautiful. Good. Allow this right inner thigh to have a little resistance. Option, turn the right hand to the back of your mats. Bring the hand behind your back. Create some pressure there. So you're not resting in that left shoulder. You're rising up. You're not just trying to get your hand behind your back, you're pushing it against whatever's there, your sacrum, if you're over here at your hip, whatever, to open the shoulder. Gorgeous, yes. And so in this version of Parshavasana, it gives us a little different awareness, like of different points of our body. Use the front foot a lot. So we have a shorter stance. Push the left foot down. Really feel that you've balanced the weight in that left foot. Inner, outer, front, back. And then imagine you could pull your front foot to the back of your mat. And that's going to give you more attention in the hip. Good. You're going to push off of your left foot. Right hand comes down. And then lift that left leg up. Expand. And if you love chaturanga and you're like wondering when your first chaturanga is going to come, don't worry, you'll get some. And you'll even have the opportunity to do extra if you want. You can always do that. And if you don't like chaturanga and you're happy you haven't seen it yet, you don't have to do it for the rest of class if you don't want to. It's your practice. I can't stress it enough. Make it work for you. You adapt it to you, not you to it. Push off the hand, come around. Bring the hands around. Come into plank, please. Oh, my chaturanga friends here are going to be so happy. Lower down. Floor if you prefer. Up dog or cobra. Take an extra breath here. And then downward facing dog. And pause. First down dog, palm the floor. Triceps gently in toward the ears, biceps gently out away from the ears. Use your fingertips and start to feel the wrists lifting away from the ground. Lift the top of the thighs up and draw them back. And then keeping your legs long and straight for as long as you can. It might not be long at all. You're going to walk your feet to your hands. And then inhale into a half forward fold. Exhale, forward fold. Rise to stand with an inhale. And draw your hands into your heart with your exhale. Inhale, release the arms down to rise up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, kneecaps lift, bow forward. Inhale halfway. Chaturanga, exhale. Rise, open, upward facing dog with the inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your heels, inhale. Bend your knees, exhale. Look forward, feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway. Fold deeply, exhale. Rise up to stand, inhale. And then hands into your heart, exhale. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bowing forward. Halfway up, inhale. Shift your weight from your feet to your hands for chaturanga. Rise open, inhale. Dog pose, exhale. Lift your heels, inhale. Crouch back, walk, step, or jump, feet to hands. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And then melt down, exhale. Rise, inhale. And hands, heart, exhale. Yes, yes. Inhale, rising up. Exhale to bow. Halfway, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Curl up and rise. Downward facing dog, exhale. Lift the heels, inhale. Bend your knees, exhale, feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Rise, inhale. And hands to heart, exhale. Take the hands behind the hips, lace the fingers. Inhale, lift the heart. And then exhale, soften the knees to bow forward. Release your hands down. Inhale, halfway. Lift your heels. Option to bring your knees up into your triceps. Maybe come into Bakasana. Maybe you just set the framework up here of like kind of pushing the knees in, starting to feel that sense of shifting, but without lifting the feet at all. But maybe the feet come up, crow pose, look a little forward, and then everyone chaturanga. Inhale, rise. And downward facing dog. Right leg back with your inhale. Exhale, knee into your chest. And place your foot forward. Anjaneyasana, rising up. Exhale, bend the elbows out wide. Release your hands down to the ground. Straighten your front leg, shift back. And then rebend the front leg, turn your left foot to the right. Side angle, modified with the knee down. Bring the left hand behind the back if you'd like. And if you want, the right hand can come inside. We're going to spend an extra couple breaths here. Maybe you find a wrap here, maybe not. If you have the wrap, unravel it. Push off that right foot into the left hand. And an option to bend the right leg, find the foot. And then kick the foot back if you have it. Re-stretch that right leg out. Bring your right hand to the back of the mat. Float the left leg up and back. You're facing the back of the mat in three-legged dog with your left leg in the sky. Step your left foot forward. Between your hands, put your right knee down. Anjaneyasana. Rising up. Exhale, bend the elbows. Release the hands down. Good. And then straighten the left leg, half splits. Shift forward, turn the right foot over to the left. Modified side angle, half wrap or full wrap. push off of that left foot. Right hand comes back to the very original top of your mat. And an option to bend the left leg, find the foot, and kick back. Open back up. Left foot, left hand come around. Three-legged dog, inhale. And then right foot comes between your hands. Keep the back knee up. Left arm's gonna sneak outside that right thigh. And then we're gonna take a twist here and lunge. Beautiful, beautiful. Hug the right hip back, pull the heart forward, broaden the collarbones. This can be changed in a number of ways. Permission to play here. If you wanna open the arms up, if you wanna wrap it, if you wanna take it into an arm balance, whatever feels right for you. If you wanna just stay here, it's perfect. Use the back toes. One more, inhale. Back heel roots down. Right hand comes down to the ground or onto a block. You open into triangle. Really nice. This doesn't have to change, but if you're liking the shoulder work and the wrapping, you can bring the left hand behind your hip. So exactly what we did in side angle. There's a lot of the same elements here. The big difference is that the leg in the front is straight, not bent. That's the biggest difference. Maybe grab hold the thigh. Maybe the right hand reaches forward. You've got a few more breaths here. If you feel strong and good there, maybe you look for the wrap in triangle. One more inhale, and then releasing, bend the front leg, step back to plank, chaturanga, exhale. Rise and open, inhale, and dog pose, exhale. Left leg stretches back with an inhale, and then place your foot forward. Make sure the feet are wide enough that you have a nice, strong foundation. And then take this right arm outside the left thigh. And we're going to twist here. All of the same options apply. If you want to open the arms up, if you want to take an arm balance or wrap it, you are welcome to do so. These are fantastic. Stay in your breath. Really beautiful. Last big inhale. And then back to the roots with the exhale. Left hand comes down, floor or block. If this stance feels too long, shorten it. Just, yeah. So softening the top ribs down, lengthening the bottom ribs out. Option to bring this right hand behind the back. That can be it. Maybe the left arm goes forward. And then if you feel strong here, like you've got the ability to hold that, then maybe you find a wrap here. So good. Last few breaths. Use your whole foot. Lift the arches. Inner legs lifting. One more inhale. And then rebend. Bring the hands around. Step back to plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog.
downward facing dog. Little pause here, just breathe. Lift high into your toes, inhale. Use this moment, exhale all the breath, bend the knees, and then feet to your hands. Halfway inhale. Fold, exhale. Bend your knees, drop your hips.
Press up to stand, lace your hands behind your hips the opposite way from the first time. Inhale, open up. Soften the knees to exhale and fold.
Take a breath in, release the hands down. Option for Bakasana, knees up into your triceps. And then Chaturanga.
Rise, open with the inhale. Feed your body.
Downward facing dog. Exhale. Right leg back, inhale. Exhale, knee into your chest, place your foot forward. Back knee down. Anjaneyasana, rise up.
Exhale out to the side of the elbows, release the hands down. Half splits.
Rebend the front leg, left foot turns to the right. Same thing we did before. If you want to go right into that wrap, go for it. If you don't need the wrap, leave it off.
And then push off of the right foot. Coming into a modified Vashisthasana, maybe finding the foot. And then right hand comes around, left foot comes back. I'm sorry, right foot comes back. Left leg stretches into three-legged dog. Listen, please. Left foot comes forward between your hands. Right arm comes to the outside of your left thigh, and we twist. And you change it if you want to. Beautiful. And then we open to triangle, rooting the back heel down. Any version of the pose. And then with an inhale, we rise up to stand. Turn the left toes so that your feet are parallel to front and back of mat. Hands onto your hips. Lift the heart. Inhale. Exhale, melting down. Release your hands to the ground.
Halfway with your inhale. And back down with your exhale. Prasarita Padottanasana A. If you're comfortable in headstand, you can straddle the legs out and rise up. If you want, if you're in headstand, maybe bend the knees. Bring your knees onto your triceps like you're going to go into crow. Maybe you come up into crow, maybe you don't. Maybe you just stay. And then back up. And then straddle down. Everyone, inhale, lengthen the spine forward. Bring your hands around to the top of your mats. Reach the right arm forward. Keep the left hand down. Just take a pause here. See if you can slide this right rib cage to the inside of the right thigh. So if you need to, walk that right foot a little wider. And then bring the right elbow to the inside of the right foot. Put your right hand on your right calf and see if you can slide your right shoulder inside of your knee. It might not happen, it is fine. From there, we got a plethora of options. Maybe just the hands come down to the ground. Maybe you start to pull the heart forward. And when you do that, that kind of picks up this right foot and you extend it out. And then maybe lift the left leg. And then back. Chaturanga. Move through and into down dog. Yes. So it's all just an offering. You leave off what doesn't work. You take the things that speak to you. You add
in, you subtract. You create, you follow. It's up to you. Couple breaths in down dog. Really beautiful.
And then left leg stretches back, inhale. And place your foot forward. Right knee comes down. Rise, Anjaneyasana. Push into that front foot, bend the elbows, exhale. Release the hands down. And then straighten the front leg. Half splits. Shift forward, right foot turns to the left. Modified side angle, maybe find a wrap here, maybe not. So good, yes. Beautiful, Jane. Push into that front foot, take it to the back of your mat with your right hand. We come into a Vashisthasana with the option of this sugar cane or dancer's pose or whatever you want. This to me is like Ardha Chandrasana Chapasana. It's just that we're on our knee. Good. Release the foot. Left hand comes around, left toes tuck, right leg sweeps behind you to three-legged dog. And then place your right foot forward. And then left arm comes outside that right thigh and we twist. And you have a few breaths, about 5 breaths to kind of figure out what you need here. Find the breath. And then we unwind to triangle. And any variation of triangle. And then with an inhale, rising up. Turn the right toes, hands on your hips. Options in Prasarita. So if you want to repeat the same thing we did last time, you'll come into it the same way. With the hands on the floor, you have the option for headstand if you want. If you prefer and you want another version, you can either lace the hands behind the hips, or I'm going to go first 2 fingers and thumbs to big toes, lengthen, and then elbows go wide. Head drops toward the floor, weight is balanced in the feet. So for as much as that toe lock pulls against the toes push down against the fingers. Yes. Yes. So beautiful. If you're in a headstand, start that transition back through into Prasarita. And then everyone inhale, lengthen the spine. Now we're going to walk our hands around to the top of the mat. Right hand stays down. Left arm reaches forward. And then start to see if you can get this left shoulder inside of the knee. Here. So sometimes that means you need to take your stance a little wider to get there. And then maybe bring that left hand to your left calf. And then that gives you the ability to kind of get the shoulder inside of the knee fully. And then if you want, hands push down. You don't have to go anywhere. Maybe you start to pull the heart forward and that kind of pops that left heel up. And then extend the leg out and forward. And then the right leg comes back. Kundinasana 2. And then when you're ready, so good, Chaturanga. Rising open. And downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, bring your feet to your hands. Inhale halfway, and then fold with your exhale. Chair, inhale. Pick up your left knee. Lift it as high as you can, then cross it or wrap it around the right. Left arm comes under the right arm, eagle pose. Garudasana.
Reach the fingers forward, reach the forearms forward. Feel the spread of the shoulder blades. With an inhale, rise up, pick up the left knee. And then take your right hand to the left knee. Let's take a twist. Left arm reaches back. Good, reach the right arm forward. Push the left leg back. Half moon on the right leg, Ardha Chandrasana. Options here. Maybe left hand comes behind the back and you find your right thigh. Maybe you bend the lifted leg, the left leg, and then you bring your right hand to your left foot. And then light as a feather. We come back to chair. And reset. Fantastic, yes. Good. Lift the right leg up, cross it, maybe wrap it. Right arm under, left arm on top. Full eagle. Spreading the upper back. Spreading the collarbones. Wrapping arms into each other, wrapping legs into each other. Press the forearms forward. You're going to rise and reach that right knee up. Left hand comes to the right knee. Right arm reaches back and we twist gently. Good. And take the left arm forward. And then push this right leg back. And we come into half moon. Maybe the right hand comes behind the back and finds the left thigh. Maybe you bend the right leg and you find the foot with your left hand. Yes. Few more breaths. Back to chair. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Rise and open. And downward facing dog. Bring your knees down. Walk your hands forward a bit more. Bring your elbows down. If you have two blocks, you can put your elbows on the blocks. Maybe lift the hands up, maybe not. Gently draw the belly away from the ground, draw the front ribs away from the ground, and then let the shoulders open. Press into the elbows to lift up. Come onto your belly. Good. Right arm out to the side. Roll onto the right side. Good.
Option today, maybe pick up the left leg, bend the left knee, reach back and find your foot. So you're opening both shoulders at the same time, but only if you feel really stable here. Maybe you float the bottom leg up and start to move it forward, like out so you could see it to the left side of your mat. And then pull the right leg back in line. Release the left leg if you have it. And we go right over to the other side. Stretch that left arm out. Roll it open. Maybe bend the right leg. Find your foot. Give yourself a few breaths here. Lengthen your tailbone toward your left foot. And if you want, float the left foot leg up and maybe start to kick it forward. Kind of gives you a counter to that right leg. I'm going to draw back in and release through center. Bring your forearms under your shoulders, your elbows under your shoulders, I should say. Forearms are down. Yeah. Tuck your toes, forearm plank. Stay here or walk your feet into dolphin. Get a sense of those arms that you have in eagle. Pushing the forearms forward, you're pushing them into the ground. If you want to lace your hands, you are welcome to do that. That will help keep your shoulders, your arms a little more stable. If your shoulders are tight and your elbows are splaying out to the side, that will give you some stability. So just lace your hands if that feels better. And then from here, step your left foot in a little closer, lift your right leg up. If you feel good here, start to move the gaze forward. And maybe take a hop or two. And you don't have to go up. You can just take those little hops without worrying about actually taking Pinchamayurasana. Really nice. Good. Bring that leg down. If you need a little pause on your knees, go for it. If you feel good, stay where you are. And then stretch the left leg up. You might just come up, but there's no pressure to get there. You can also use a wall. Yes. So good. And then bring both feet down, bring both knees down, and come into child's pose, please. And then flip over to your backs, please. Apanasana again. Give yourself a squeeze. Rock side to side here. So this is almost like a reverse child's pose. Good. Put your feet down. This is not a reverse child's pose. Bridge pose. Press the elbows down. Press the triceps down. Gently rise to the hips. Take the belly button to the sky. Place the hands behind the hips if it feels good, and then draw your shoulders, the outer shoulders, under your body. Keep stretching the knees forward and the heart toward your chin. See if you can find some freedom in this pose, some freedom in this movement rather than feeling restricted or that it's just work. Find some freedom, whether that be in the breath, your expectations of the pose, the physical body may be opening more, and then releasing down. You know, people talk about like there's this stressor over them, and when they finally made a choice or the stressor was removed, it's like a weight's been lifted. Well, we do the same thing, silly, right? About poses. Like, I need to do it a certain way. You don't need to do it anyway. You don't need to do it anyway. It is what, the expression of your body is. So, remove expectation. It's gone. Bridge again or upward facing bow. Come into it with fresh eyes, new eyes. Cultivate the breath. Cultivate a little freedom, a little ease. Last inhale. Release down with the exhale. Just receive it. Maybe even turn your palms up to the sky. See how that felt. I see this pattern, I've experienced it and lived it myself, trust me, where as we progress in our practice, we think we need to be doing harder poses or getting deeper into them. And that's not true necessarily. Most of the time, it's exactly the opposite. We release and we give ourselves the freedom to not push ourselves in those directions. We're gonna go one more time into a back bend. The beautiful thing is with repetition, rise with your inhale. Many of these poses become easier. So we get the sense of ease in something that we've done a number of times. Rather than pushing yourselves toward a deeper version of a pose, look to find the ease, the balance between the work and the ease. Your exhale brings you out. And then happy baby if it feels good. With the feet at about hips distance, put them on the floor. So a little space between the legs, just like you're setting up for a back bend. And then drop your knees to the right, take your left arm out to the side. Option to bring this right foot on top of your left thigh. And just get a little extra length on that left leg, on that left side. And then releasing that, come back through center and over to the other side. Same option applies if you want. Put the left foot on top of the outer right thigh. Just get a little extra weight on that leg. And then back through center. Last time, knees to chest. Big hug. Start to neutralize the spine. Maybe just gently rock it out to find that center. And then releasing for Shavasana. yourself to stay exactly how you are. Just start to deepen the breath. Find some freedom here, find some softness, or just fully embrace it. I hope you're there. And just as we put these expectations on ourselves in this practice, we do the same thing. How we do something is how we do everything. Are you carrying the weight of your family? Are you carrying the weight of your workplace? Are you carrying the weight of the world, of this pandemic on your shoulders right now? And is there somewhere you can allow some freedom to sneak in to all that work? What can you let go of? What effort can you let go of? Start to wake up your body, and then rise to seated when you're ready. This practice holds a mirror up for us to see ourselves, to see the world, a mirror outward even. We just gotta listen. Not to me, to yourself. Bring your hands together at your heart. I'm so thankful you showed up today. I'm so grateful for your practice. Let's breathe in together. With your exhale, simply bow your mind to your heart. Rise with your inhale. Let your eyes open gently. Have a beautiful day. If you need anything, if you have any questions, always, please let me know. I put my information in the chat if you want to stay in touch.